Okay, excellent. It looks like we are live. Okay, so we switch to my display. Oh, hold up. I forgot to mute my stream on my end. So it's gonna keep doing that. Okay. So, here we go. I am making a video game. It is well underway. Those of you who know me will know that it is well underway. It is like 50, maybe 60% done overall. But it is, I would say, like polished just about up to the point where like 20% of it is like shippable quality, ready to go. Let me go over to my display capture here so that you can see what I'm working with. Okay, so this is just the dungeon that I'm working on. It's kind of, I don't know, I should probably give a brief overview. Maybe I'll do that a little bit later. But basically, right now, all I am doing is getting my coding done. I'm specifically trying to set up this situation where it's an RPG. So basically, when the character does a level up, I want it to have a little screen appear with a bunch of like UI elements that have like options, so that when you level up, you don't just like get like the fireball spell and then like a lightning spell and then whatever. Like you actually get to like use your like you get like tokens, and then when you use a token, you spend it to get like an ability, but you can pick different ones. And there will be like three different trees open to every player class, and so there's going to be some options. There's going to be some choice because players like lots of choice. So the weird thing about RPG Maker, which is what I'm working in, this is RPG Maker VX, not VX Ace. This is MV. This is MV, which is not the newest one. It's like the second newest one, which is fine for our purposes. I've been working in it since I think before the new one came out. I don't even remember what the new one is called. MVMXM something, whatever the new RPG Maker is. Anyway, so everything is written in JavaScript now. RPG Maker used to have everything written in Ruby, which was kind of weird because like not a lot of people use Ruby anymore. Um, Now it's in JavaScript, which is nice. I understand why it was in Ruby because it was made by like Kadokawa, which is like a Japanese company, and Ruby is a Japanese programming language, which makes sense, right? But everybody else kind of uses more generalized things like JavaScript that have seen more global use. So there's no like API for it. Like I can pull up here. These are my plugins that I have installed and written, but there's basically this is the engine. If you go into like the project files, you have like just JavaScript files, and you can go in here and edit them. Like I edited one of these. I think I edited like the core or the main rather. Um, so it's just like a function in there, and I went in there and I changed like some control stuff. So like you can like here, let me crack it open. Actually, you know what? I'm supposed to edit that with Notepad++ if I'm gonna open it, but I don't know if I can legally show just like straight up source code for the engine on Twitch, so I better be careful about that. But basically, it's yeah, like the engine is just straight up in there, and so you can go in there and like edit things if you don't like it. But that's the thing, is that's not very user friendly. And the point of RPG Maker is that it's got all these buttons and these drag and drop tiles and stuff, so it's super user friendly, right? It's like super easy to do all the stuff that you want to do. It has this nifty little eventing system where like you can just sort of be like, oh, I have all these things that it's doing in sequence, and I can drag and drop some other command and be like, I want it to say this text, and I want it to have this face attached to it when it says it, and then you can preview it, like all this stuff, right? There's a ton of stuff you can do, um, which is fine. But sometimes you want to do something a little weird, like implement a UI, like a big old GUI, a big old graphical user interface, so you can do some cool stuff like cool level up animations and choices and things, which is good. I like that ability. So as I mentioned before, there's no API. If you're familiar with coding, that's like the dictionary for a given coding language that like tells you all your commands, all your functions you can call, all your stuff you can do. But there's not really an API for this. The closest thing that I've found is on online and through some forums. There's this cool big old Google Doc that some people have made, which is great. I appreciate that someone has done that. Do I have any viewers? I can't check from here. Yeah, I have one viewer. That's probably me. Cool. Whatever. It'll be good for posterity for people to see this. Anyway, like people have listed through here like all of these like not like proper functions necessarily, but like gameplay functions, like things that you can do by like when you're making an event, you can like click one of these buttons on one of these pages to do something like change how much gold your party has, or like change a character's class or whatever, right? And it has this little nifty interface for it. But there's 3 pages of these, and you can straight up just like call any of these functions and it'll do it if you just write a script, which is nifty. But the thing is, I had to really search this out. So if you're looking, if you're getting into any kind of RPG Maker development, this is gonna be where you want to go probably. Um, yeah, MZ is the new version of RPG Maker. I'm using MV, which is fine. They're comparable. They're not that different. Although a weird thing is that the developers never fixed the video function. So like you're supposed to be able to, if you go in here, there's supposed to be an ability to play videos. So you'd like throw a video file into like the video folder that's in your project files, you know, over here, and you would just be able to play it by clicking a button. I can't find where it is now. It's somewhere in here. Oh, play movie right there, and you could just do it. Like I put movies in there and they don't work, and it's not just me. Like people online like complain about it all the time in forums, and like the developers are like, no, we're just not gonna fix it. Like they just ship the game engine, or the tool as it were, with without properly having a running video player, and they addressed that, and then they said they were gonna fix it, and then they just never did. And then they're like, yeah, we're just not gonna fix it because we released a new version. So I don't even know if MZ has like a fixed video player. I would hope that it does, but like I haven't even bothered to check. Not that it's a huge deal. I did actually. I had like an old public domain Popeye cartoon that I had saved, that I was gonna use the movie play function for before I realized it didn't work. And let me see if I can find the area here where I had it. Let's see. It's in the city of Orlac. It is my file structure here. These are my maps for the game. There's a lot of different maps in the game. Essentially, it's just how you make like a map and then you transition between them. These little scenes. Theater. There we go. So I have this little movie theater where you walk in, and it's like on an event system where like you walk in and then it like seats you, and then it literally like displays like a light image on the screen. Like there's like a parallaxing light that shines up on the screen, and then I was gonna play a video on the screen while there's like light, like a parallax in 2D, because this is a 2D game engine. There's like a parallax that I was gonna shine from the back of the theater up onto the screen, so it's like overlaid. It's really cool. I got the light down actually, but I don't have the video player unfortunately, because they didn't do that. Where was I here? I lost what map I was on. Let's see, I was under. Where was I here? Gosh, this is. Ugh. I tell you, I didn't have like a super great way of organizing things when I initially started making the game, because it's difficult to foresee where the game is going to go. Like you can write a design doc, and I did multiple times. I have multiple iterations on a design doc, so I can see my progress going through it. And I mean, you just make different decisions, and it goes different directions, and then ultimately like you don't know where it's going to end up. So it's very hard to be like, We're going to proceed north to south across this continent, and then that's going to be, in descending order across here, all of the maps that you're going to have. And then you can have parents and children. Um, so you can have, you can like minimize or maximize different groups. It's all structured fairly well, but it is just kind of difficult to like move things, which is a bit of an issue. And where was I? I was working on a dungeon here. I don't want to really leave that area, because I'm kind of, even though I'm working on the graphical user interface, the overlay that's going to help with level up handling. Like I wanted to keep the map like focused on that dungeon, because that's the other thing that I'm gonna work on after I finish this one. I was working on it, but it's a little bit. I'm working on a puzzle right now. It's sort of complicated, and I wanted to make sure that I get it right. Let's see, what is the name of that town? Is this town that I'm tentatively calling Milton? Let's see. Gosh, where is that town? The Mount version 2. No, I don't think it's the one. No, that's definitely not the one. That's the previous dungeon before this one. I know it's a little disorganized. This stream is going to slow way down once I actually start getting into the nitty gritty and doing some work here. I just want to like stream to get some eyes on the game and see what people think. Plus, like, it will be good too, because I have testers, but like I don't always I don't always have everything tested, and I don't always have like it's a little bit of a turnaround to get feedback from some of the people. So like, I just want to make, and that's fine. I just want to get new eyes on it as much as possible so that people can see what I've got going on. Because if I'm the only one looking at it, sometimes I can't tell whether certain sections are good or not because I've been looking for so long. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Haunted Tower. Okay, that's where we are. There we go. Perfect. I forgot what I called it for a minute. Yeah. Save that. I'm pretty sure I have saved it lately, but I just want to make sure and double check. Okay. I don't think I have any more viewers, but like, maybe? No. Oh, I do. Oh, hello, Chris. My chat thing's not updating. That's not good. Okay. Hello there. Yes. Yeah, yes, Milton is a good name. Very good indeed. For some reason I have my phone out and it's supposed to be synced with my chat, but I had to refresh it for a moment. Okay, yeah, so I'm doing some game dev. I'm just working on my dungeon here, and I decided to stop doing. Well, I'll show you what I was doing. So initially I was doing. Twitch is weird sometimes. Yeah, I don't know what it is with it. I don't know. I'm using like some kind of a weird third party arrangement for my controller. So there's this little puzzle here where like there's this pit. It's not working right now. I haven't set it up, and I know it's not. But if you fall down there, normally it will drop you down to a floor lower than you, which is like it's like a Link to the Past kind of a situation, like Zelda, right? Where some of those dungeons have like upper and lower levels. I wanted to get it as much like a 3D space as I could without it actually being 3D. So I've got that nice little parallaxing scroll on the underside there on that pit. Anyway, if you go onto these four corners, you can make the platforms advance one square at a time up to 5 away. But then once you go to a sixth one, it disappears. So you can go in any direction if you hold on. Okay, if you go back into the wall here, it makes it disappear and sends it back to the start. So the idea is that I want to have something like another platform over here, and then you can like hit a switch and then come back and then like do something like maybe go out a few and then down a couple and have another platform down there that you can hit a switch on, and it'll be like a nice little nifty puzzle. But I have a slight problem because these are all handled as events, these little platforms. And so the platforms are actually inside a wall down here, and I pull them up here as I need to. But the thing is, you can kind of see there's an event right here that if you touch it, you will fall down to the lower floor. So that's how I'm handling all of the falling down floors. But if you touch one of these, you don't fall down because there's no events there. So I have to put events there. But then the thing is, whenever I move these platforms around, I have to actually swap them out for the events that will be in their place, which makes it a lot more complicated. So I couldn't figure out a good way to do it. So I decided to stop doing that for a while and start working on the thing that I really want to get done, which is making a GUI for level up. So whenever you level up, I want to have like a civilization style, like not like a tech tree, but like a skill tree, like a thing where instead of just leveling up, you get like whatever your next spell or ability is. Like in the line, I wanna give you some choices. I'm gonna have like maybe like 3 different trees for each character class. So it'll be like, oh, if you're a wizard, maybe you have like a one for fire magic and one for healing magic, and then one for like basic attacks or something. And then you can choose which one you want to level up, and then which skills you want to spend your level up tokens on within those trees. So that's good. That's good. It seems like a good idea. The trouble that I'm running into is that I don't know how long you've been here, because I was missing part of this, but anyway, I don't have an API for this. There's no API for RPG Maker, but it's all in JavaScript, which is fine because I kind of know JavaScript. But then like I went and found this nifty list of all the functions that the game has by default, and you can have the corresponding code for it, and it's great. It's really nice. I'm glad that these people from this forum did this. So that's kind of the deal. As soon as I'm done, like, kind of explaining the basics over what I'm doing, it's probably going to get a little more boring, I feel like, because I'm just going to be coding. But that's okay. Maybe it'll be easier if I walk through what I'm doing. So I commented out a lot of my code here. So I had it working pretty well, kind of, for a minute, and then, like, or I thought it would, and then I realized that it's this right here. I think it's listed somewhere in this, like, not API that they have this list of all the functions that you're supposed to be able to put the level in there to call like a function on your party members for level to get their level, or to set their level. No, it's to get their level, and then you can put it in there like into my variables. And then I was gonna do like a little loop and then check through so that whenever one of the levels goes up, then it will be like, ah, your level went up. That means that we have to display the screen and then show how show your level up screen. But that little guy right there, that's giving me trouble. That little dot level, that's not doing it for me. So I was going to, because it's been a while since I worked on this specifically, so I was going to kind of scrap it and just go back. So I figured, all right, one of the main problems that I'm having is that I didn't exactly know before today how I was gonna like make it check for your level up within the game, because I knew that, like, well, okay, I can just like run a loop and just be like check every tick or whatever, check every frame that whether a level up has occurred, right? But that's going to be kind of intensive, right? If you do anything more than like one loop, if you do like a nested loop or something, that's going to get real taxing on the processing in there. So what I found was I put this cute little dog in here, and when you talk to him, he turns on this switch, which is just a Boolean variable. He turns it to true, and I have a function that's, well, there's a comment here explaining it, but I have a function. You can make functions. They call them common events in here that do different things, and so I have, let's see, this level up handling thing. I forget exactly how it all comes out, but let me see here. I have to remember exactly how I did this to properly explain it. Yeah. Basically, I think it just calls the just I think it just calls the function. Yeah, it just calls the function that I wrote in here. If if this switch is set to on. So I set the switch to on, and then I wait for 2 frames, and then I turn it off, because for whatever reason Like if you only do it for one frame, like because it'll just keep running, you know, it'll just keep looping through as long as that switch is on. It'll keep running that function. Um, so just to test that the function works, I just said, you know, I just said give the party 9,000 gold, and then I can see how much it's going for, right? So I set it to 60 frames initially, and it gave me like a ton of gold, right? And then I was like, well, how about 2 frames? Because 1 frame didn't give me any gold, so it just wasn't working. 2 frames gave me 9,000 gold. And so I was able to figure out through a little bit of trial and error, like, oh, it's just literally like n minus 1 times per frame, where n is the number of frames. So I wrote that little note to myself just so I don't forget. So like it doesn't execute the first frame, but then like if you have this true for 2 frames, then it'll execute on the second frame. So 1 frame. If you have it on for 3 frames, then frames 2 and 3 it'll execute, right? Which is probably more explanation than that needed, but basically that's how I'm going to ensure that it only runs like once per frame instead of running like, I don't know, whatever it was running a moment ago. Like before I put in the wait some number of frames, it was like running every tick or something. It was like exponentially, not exponentially, it was just very rapidly growing the amount of gold in my party's inventory, which is a problem. Um, Not just because it's going to be taxing the processing power if I'm gonna, well, potentially if I'm doing that for the level up handling, but if I'm even just like testing it by adding gold to the party's inventory, like that will potentially cause like an overflow error because like I was up in like 9 or 10 digits of gold for a little while, which is pretty wild. Let me just make sure that my, yeah, okay, good, my chat has not desynced, which is good. I want to make sure that doesn't happen because you never know. You never know. All right. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. Um, Let me think how I want to implement this. So I have a lot of different characters. Like you can see sort of within this menu all of the different things that you have. So like actors, these are your characters. I have 30 of them, but I don't use them all. Like there's this character named Hobo, who's just a hobo that I made like earlier for testing. And there's like useless moron and anime girl and novelist. I was gonna have a class called novelist for a while, and then I decided not to because I was just a little too off the rails. I might revisit that idea. You never know. But I'm not going to be using most of these characters. Is the key? I'm actually going to be using about 6, I think, right now. Yeah, I have seven. Okay, so I have 7 listed here for now. I'm gonna go for maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 8 or 9, but probably not too many. I don't wanna get super ambitious with the characters. Golly, I don't like that at all. Let me fix this right here. Um, it's sort of, I was having a display problem previously where if you go all the way to the edge of this line, it will cut off a little bit of the text, but I fixed that, or maybe I think actually it was just that I think it was just that I didn't realize how far back it would cut off because it was there was some point where it was cutting off, but I think this is fine to go all the way to the line. Anyway, that's just, whatever. Initially, I was kind of stopping all the text a little early, but then that's kind of look weird when it actually processes. Anyway, little details, but yeah. So let me see here. Yeah, I have all my skills listed. All the items in the game are in here, which is not that many. It's only 80 items, which is, I mean, it seems like a lot, actually. That's probably pretty reasonable. A lot of weapons. There's no real good way of organizing them, so I have them a space between every character class's assigned weapons. So like some characters, like the ranger, will have like a list of bows that she can use, whereas like a gunslinger character has like a list of guns. Yeah, so everybody. It's kind of like Final Fantasy. Everybody gets their own little weapon. What did I come in here to do? I'm trying to remember why I came in here. I think it was to get. It wasn't to get a character ID, was it? Golly, what was I doing? um, let's see. I don't need to set the number of characters. I don't think that's. Whatever, we'll come to that when we need to. I'm fine with having unused variables for the time being. I can clean it up later. Let's see. Having the party gain gold. Just set this to 1 just in case I keep using this so it doesn't get crazy, but um and I'm just using Notepad++ as my IDE of choice, which is fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. Um what was I doing in here? Gosh. Um hmm. Well, anywho, I think I was just demonstrating. So anyway, let's see. So if I want to check every time a character is leveling up, I could. Well, see, because here's the problem, right? So my thought process right now is like I could do the thing where instead of having like this dog do it, where you turn on the you turn on the switch, you wait 2 frames, and then you turn it off here just to execute that function 1 time. I could take away the dog, obviously, um, put a put that into the function. So let me see, where's my function here? Level up handling. Let me double check and make sure that I fully understand what I'm doing with this code before I just start going willy-nilly and doing all this stuff. Let's see. Variable number. Okay, so you can actually write scripts just straight up in here. Like this is just a plugin. Like if you write a JavaScript file and you put it in the plugins folder in here, like, this is the whole project. If you just go into your JavaScript and there's plugins, there's like a ton of plugins, right, that you can download. But then I've also like made at least one. I think, how many have I made? A lot of them I've just kind of edited to suit my needs. I've made this one for sure, obviously, but I think there was like, I don't know, maybe there's another one, probably not, whatever. But like you can just like put it in the plugins, right? But then in RPG Maker, you can just use the script command, and then that just lets you literally type JavaScript in case you wanted to do like a hybrid of like part JavaScript and part like their visual drag and drop scripting language, which is fine. That's good to do sometimes. It's easier than trying to, find this list of functions and then actually write one out. Let's see. So what was I doing here? I set this number variable equal to level up 1. Level up is I think that's the name of my function. Yeah, level up, that's the actor ID that I want to level up. That's that parameter. Let's see. And I'm not even using that parameter right now. I'm not actually even returning anything. What is that even going to output then? Can I have a function without a return? What am I doing over here? Like I said, it's been a little while since I worked on this particular facet of the game, so I'm not 100% sure what's happening or where I am or who I am. Anywho, so I set number to something, probably like null or something, and then game variables. Okay, so this is one of the functions that you can call in game. Game variables, because okay, so this is obviously like a variable that I just made, var num. That's just a JavaScript variable. The game has built in like a list of variables. Like you can manage through scripts. It's kind of weird, but it's just a different object, I guess. Very strange, but it kind of makes sense once you've like played with the like the drag and drop stuff for a while. Anyway, then you have to set the in-game variable dot set value using that function to set 1 to, I believe, that numbered variable. So like I have like 200 variables probably in the game. So I'm setting the value of whatever variable num is to 1, which is fine, but like why am I guess maybe if I just use level up, maybe that's just running the level up function. It's so weird sometimes to try to figure out what this is doing because it's very like it's very specific and finicky and kind of esoteric, trying to figure out how like all these commands, all these functions that you can call interact with like regular JavaScript and also with like whatever kind of weird JavaScript they have jerry rigged into the game engine. So like it's a little weird. But like whatever, it's okay. It's pretty fine. I like it. Let's see. What am I doing in here? Because this one, temp, I think is related to this. Let's see, if script equal, okay, if game party dot members 0 dot level equals 1. Okay, so if Siegfried, that guy is level 1, was I really gonna go through and I wasn't gonna hard code every level? There's no way. I must have just been testing it because I just output ASTF. Okay. If hero level is off, yeah, it's just an output there. That's what the preview looks like. That's all we'll do. If hero level 1 is off, okay, yeah, so I made a switch for hero level is 1. Okay. I don't know why I would do that, but I could just set it to a variable. I must have just been doing it like kind of quick and dirty. Control switches hero level equals 1. So if it's off, then turn it on, and then exit event processing. Well, this seems entirely pointless. Frankly, I don't know why I have this in here. Huh, I wonder if let's see, if I just took this all out. If I just, let me comment this out and then just see what I can do with just literally running it level up. I'm not going to include a parameter because I'm just going to go ahead and take the parameter out. I can always put it back in if I need it in a minute. Actor ID, yeah, we don't need that. Just no parameters, no returns. Can I do that? Yeah, I can do that. I guess so. Why not? Alright, so let's test the game. I have my game audio off right now just because I was gonna play music in the background actually, but I didn't even bother with that. But did it do it? I hit it twice. 1002. Yeah, that's right. Because it would have executed twice. Okay. Yeah, so it's fine. So it's executing. But yeah, anyway, I was gonna play music in the background, but I didn't even turn it on. I shouldn't even play the background music in the game necessarily. Excuse me. But like I might. I don't know, because would that be fair use? I don't know. I don't think so. Because there's a bunch of different packs of assets that I've purchased and acquired, and I can't necessarily just use them all. I think showing the game development process is fine though. Whatever. That's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and play my good old Tekken tunes in the background here because I don't think anyone can hear it. Let me quickly switch back and see. Okay, yeah, I didn't hear it. Okay, yeah. I just wanted to make sure that I'm not like being an idiot and playing like a bunch of copyrighted Spotify music through my headset. Okay. Let's see here. Just taking a sip of water. All right. Okay, so I can just run this function as is. That's fine. Um. Hmm. Okay. And all that function was doing was, yeah, I was literally just executing the level up function. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to execute that function every time that there's a level up, but I don't want to. Well, okay, so I was gonna say I don't want to do it like literally right when it happens, because if it executes it during a combat encounter, then it will like try to display that picture during a combat encounter, and I don't think you can do that because I think it's specifically like the display picture function in RPG Maker. It's like one of their functions um, from uh, from this bad boy in here. Um, it's not gonna like that. It's not gonna be able to display a picture, I think, during battle. Because whenever you try to execute anything during battle, like force it to execute with a JavaScript instead of just like using the normal stuff. Because you can't like in the event in here you can be like show a picture and then set up what picture you want to show and whatever. But you can't do that during battle. Like, what if you try to force it to do that with JavaScript? I don't think it works anyway. So I'd have to, let me see. I don't think this is what I was kind of dreading is having every time I have to dig through through this menagerie of horrors in here that they call it an API is well, it makes it difficult. So I don't like going in here. Hold on. Let me just get that out of here. I want only instrumental music. Yeah. Okay. Um hmm. So anyway, I'm gonna have to go in here and I'm gonna have to figure out how I can find like a true false value that says whether I am or am not in combat at the moment. And that is interesting. Let's see if because I okay, there's a thing that like makes like forces a battle. Because this is like I said, it's all organized by the event pages. So I forget which event page it's on, but there's one in here that says like start a combat. Um, that's probably the one that I want. But because it might have the variable listed in there. I doubt it though. I doubt it. It's probably gonna have like a function that says like start combat, but then it's probably not gonna like. It's probably gonna be in the function somewhere in like somewhere in these like main engine files. It's gonna be like somewhere in that function that I'm calling using the text here is gonna be uh like you're gonna flip the switch. You're gonna turn on the boolean variable, make it true, like in there, which is problematic because I don't know if I'm allowed to show their code or not on screen. Whatever, I don't know. It's probably fine, but like, where is I don't know. Battle processing. Here we go. So let's see. Battle.setup. Troop. True false. True false. Okay. First true or false is for allowing to escape. Second true or false is allowing the player to lose. Okay. Um. That's fine. Game player.make encounter count. Okay. Scene manager.push scene battle. What is. Okay, scene manager. So that might be the thing that does it. That would at least probably tell me where the variable is located that I can check. Scene manager.push scene battle. Oh man. Wonder if there's any other way that I can work around it. I know it's probably going to be like a really clever and weird backward solution if I don't have recourse to that variable, if there is such a variable, but like honestly with how bad the with how hard it is to like bother with reading that quote unquote API, I honestly might just give it a shot. Plus it might be more fun that way too. I'm just commenting out that variable because I'm not going to be using it, and frankly, it started to bother me. Um, let's see. So what could I do? Because I need to check whether or not you're in battle to be able to do it. I could just. I wonder if it would still execute after a battle is over if it fails to execute during the battle. I could try that. You know what? Let me just try displaying a picture and just see, because like that might do it. But then I would have to set the variable to true during a combat just to see. I could probably do that. I could probably do that. That's very doable. Let's see how that goes. Where? Oh no, I went down beyond the event pages. Where's Yeah, I don't want battle processing. I want show picture. Where is show picture? It's in here somewhere. Yeah. Anyway, while I'm looking for that, I'm thinking that I might do a Pokemon stream at some point pretty soon. I have access to Platinum version and Black 2. So I might run those, and I might do a little thing with that. Might do a little show. It's the thing is that I would want to kind of make it there's the function. I would kind of want to make it like very how would I say this? I want to have some not production value, but I want to have a little effort put into it. I want to be like, you know, Pokemon, look at that. Let's show how cool it is. I want to have like a little, because it's their DS game, so I would want to have it be like where it would show the would show the little like the little two screens, and then you can have I can have like my little avatar, my little stupid VTuber thing, but I'd probably use like the one that kind of looks like a Pikachu or a little Digimon guy, instead of like the anime girl. I don't know, we'll see. I would definitely do like a Nuzlocke. There's gonna have to be some implementation for that, so I'm gonna have to be like, vote on your names, or like suggest me a name from my Pokemon, because Nuzlocks require that you do like, you know, nickname your Pokemon and then watch them die. That's a Nuzlocke for the uninitiated. Um, so let's see. Show a picture. Picture ID. Oh, I'm gonna have to actually fill that in. Okay. These are just the parameters. I wasn't thinking because I was writing. Scale X. Oh my gosh. I'll fill these in a moment. Scale Y, opacity. I forgot how many. I forgot how many different settings there are for this blend mode. Yeah, okay. And then that's gonna need, yeah, that's gonna need a little semicolon. Did I get a semicolon in there? Did I get it in there? Yeah, I did. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right. Oh boy, what's my? I have to open this up and just double check what the heck I'm working with here. I don't think I have. Yeah, one is fine for that. For picture ID. One. Name. Okay, so I'm gonna need. I wonder if I need like a file name. Does it say? Does it say in there? No, there's no notes. It's pretty helpful sometimes when they use notes. Let me just show something like really clear. Yeah, game over arcade RPG. Here we go. This is good. This is a very distinctive picture. Yeah. Game over arcade RPG. Let's see if that does it. Or if I have to put like the file name. If I can even remember what the term is. Game over arcade RPG. And then origin. That's gonna be like default value probably. Yeah, upper left. Oh gosh, what is it gonna? Oh, nah. See, that's what I don't know how I feel about this thing, because it's like an API and it's pretty helpful. It's more helpful than nothing, but like, I don't know if origin is like a string or if it's gonna take like a one or two on like an integer or something. I don't know if it's gonna be like they could be true or false for all I know. But I'm gonna put a string in there and just see um it does. Upper left. Okay, whatever. Let's just say upper left. Literally, just put a string in there, like whatever. Okay. Upper left. All right, we'll see. X and Y can be 0, I think. I think that's what, yeah, that's what they default to. That's fine. Scale X. Okay, hold on. Scale. It's gonna be like 1, right? Oh, 100%. Oh, okay. I'm gonna assume that's like 100. Opacity 255. Blend mode normal. Whoops. Man, this is such a slog, even just to do like normal like even just to like call a function in here. The trouble is that like I wanted to use some of these for a like some of these scripts for a like a job that I was looking to get for like my little portfolio, my little work. But I can hardly do that because like a lot of them are just like other scripts that I've edited heavily, or like my scripts that are like this one where it's like, how would you know what this is? This is a single function, and like I'm calling these like, excuse me, these other functions in it that are just like nonsense to anyone who wouldn't literally have access to this bad boy, this API looking thing. So like They're gonna know that I can call functions in JavaScript. Part of me was like, okay, because I was like, I can use this per portfolio if I literally hard code in a GUI uh, in the JavaScript file. But the thing is that like JavaScript isn't like Java or C++ or whatever, where you can like get like a good package that lets you just straight up make a window appear and then, well, actually you probably could do that, but the typical way to make a GUI is like you, or any kind of like UI element is that you would literally like nest it inside of an HTML file and then like run the HTML file. So it's like for a website, because like JavaScript is mainly for like web development, right? Which is like, okay, like come on guys, like why does an RPG maker just use like Java or something, right? But like no, 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 they gotta do JavaScript, which is whatever. I mean, it's their prerogative. I guess they probably know more about it than I do, but like, golly, you know, sometimes I wish it were simpler. Anywho, normal, that's got to be one of the parameters. This is probably a string. Let's see. I'm assuming that if that one's a string, then this one's a string. Okay, let's see. Haha. I hope it works, otherwise I have to go back in. All right. So I will save, and then we are going to go ahead and talk to the dog. Oh, good. Game over, arcade RPG is not defined. So in execution, it did not even get to this thing that I wasn't sure if it was a string or not. It just got here. So let me see. Let's just say .png and then double check what it actually is, because I'm not really sure. I assume it's a PNG, but maybe I just was like, haha, I'll make it a JPEG today. You never know. You never know. What am I looking at here? Pictures. Ooh, look at all these. What was I using? The stupid freaking game over thing. Yeah, that guy. What is this file called? What is this file type? PNG. Okay, very good, very good. Haha. Excellent. All right, that should be good. Now let's save it and let's try that again, and we'll see what happens. Okay, dog. It is not defined. Is it a string? Oh, I hope it's a string. That would be so dumb. Wee! Haha! Haha! Let's make it a string. Haha! Oh? Oh. Cannot read property length of undefined. Length. Well, okay, we got further. What is... Okay, length must be one of those guys. Picture ID, name, origin. Length. There's no length. Hmm. Hmm. Could it be X? Could it be the X value? Length? Is it... Wait, is it like a length? Like, is that the error type that I'm getting? Hold on, let me also double check that my chat is up to date. It is. Very good. Okay. Okay, dog. Cannot read property length of undefined. Okay, so it already means that... I think it already means that my function is undefined. See, this is the thing that I don't really like about how they have this set up, is like, even if you're doing like the scripting, like first of all, they don't even tell you, like they don't even give you an API. And then secondly, like even when you find some kind of a makeshift API, and I know this isn't Kadokawa directly, it's like these people are doing their best, you know, but man, like there's not a parameter called length. Maybe I'm just being an idiot. I'm not noticing something really obvious, but like I'm pretty sure it's not obvious. Let's see. Game screen dot show picture. And did I copy it down right? Is that why it's... Oh, hold on. What did I do? No, no, no. Okay. Yeah. Um, I don't know. Like, I copied it down right? Yeah. It shouldn't be undefined for that reason. Can I not, like, end it in a semicolon? I think I can. Why does it not have a semicolon in here? Was it just that someone left it out? Because only these two don't, and then all the other functions around it have semicolons. I don't know what's going on. Golly gee whiz. Well, okay. Since I'm running into a problem here, let me see if I can... let me think here. Because part of me is like, you know what? If I'm going to put this in a portfolio at all, just because it's like I need a JavaScript thing in my portfolio, part of me is like, I should call as many functions inside of this instead, because I could show picture using like a command in here. Like freaking like look at it's an event, show a picture, bip bop boopity bop, and there it is. But like that would be easy, and I want to do it and make it hard because I want them to see text. Because when I send this into a job, I can't be like, yo, trust me, I just did an event tab in RPG Maker. They're gonna be like, what's an RPG Maker? You are applying for a software development position, sir, and they're going to be very confused. So what I should really do is I should write all this text in here that says the same thing and then does it, and they'll be like, oh, ho, ho, I very good, very good. I don't know what this function does, but golly, it sure is a function, and that's gonna really impress them. That would impress me if I was hiring somebody. I mean, I would be like, well, golly, I mean, I'm sure it runs, but I'd have no idea how it works, but it sure is a function, and by golly, it sure is, you boomer. So, that's what I'm working with here. But if this isn't going to cooperate, I could always just be like, forget about it, and then go in here and just display a picture when I've set up this bad boy for everything else. But that's the thing, is like, why would I want to do that? Like I really want to make it work that way. So I kind of have to get this picture thing working. This show picture function. Unless, well, you know what I could do is I could show the picture in engine and then I could use move picture. But then, you know what? That's probably gonna give me the same. It's probably gonna give me the same problems. Probably gonna give me the same errors if I try to do move picture and not just show picture. We'll see, because it says dot length. I'm wondering if it means that my picture ID is too long, or rather the name. Let me see if I have a shorter picture file that I might use in its stead. Let's see. Let's see if I have such an image, such a thing, such an asset at my disposal. Let's see. Orb. That's a good short name right there. All right, let me put an orb in there. Let me see if the orb is going to do the trick for me. Because I don't really care if it shows that. I mean, as long as I can see that an image is displayed, that's okay. O-R-B, orb. Okay, let's see. Maybe it'll do it. Maybe it'll work. Property length undefined. Of undefined. Huh. So clearly it's not that. Is this the length? Can I leave it null? No, I can't do that. Surely I can't do that. What is length? I don't think... I mean... No parameters for length. You know what? Let me go ahead and do a little bit of Googling. I think I can do some Googling on my brain stopped functioning for a moment. Please pardon the intrusion. I bet that I can just Google things on stream, and that should be fine. How to show picture using JavaScript in RPG Maker MV. I don't want to watch a video tutorial. That would be sort of awkward. Haha, I could do a reaction video to RPG Maker MV tutorial JavaScript for beginners show text. That would be some quality content. Oh boy, oh boy. Script call for show picture possible. Okay. Script. Game screen dot show picture. Is that the same one that they're doing over here? Game screen? Yeah, it is. Just supposed to be identical as this. Show picture. Okay. Oh, okay. It's giving him an error. Upper left is 0. Center is 1. Oh. Okay. So I guess that upper left where is that one? That's the third parameter over there. It's not supposed to be a word. It's supposed to be a number. See, I was thinking maybe it's an integer. Like, you never know. And it was. And it was. Was it ever? Let me see if he's got any other advice in here. Normal is 0, additive is 1, multiply. Okay, because that's, yeah. So that's going to be, as I suspected, if this one's not a string, then this one's probably not a string either. This parameter must be, what the heck is the default? Normal is 0. Okay, 0 is fine. Let me run it now and see if it works. What's the trouble though, is that there's no forum post. You just kind of gotta putz around until it does something. Oh my gosh, do you see that orb? Look at that freaking orb, dude. Look at that orb over there. It's a little orb. I summoned an orb. I'm a wizard. Okay. Oh, yes. I'm so proud. Thank you, Dallis Meat Bun. It's a very good meat bun right there. That is awesome. That is great. Yeah, thank you indeed, sir. This guy is the real MVP today. Yeah. Wow, that's really satisfying. I can't believe I got it. Um, that's pretty sick, dude. That's pretty awesome. I am feeling good. Feeling good about that solution. Wow. Orb. Wait, did I say center? Is that why it like appeared up in the corner? Let me go ahead and just real quick just change that to 2 and just see what happens there. Cuz I think center is like it centers it on the screen and it goes like, never mind. Weird. Is it 0? Maybe it's supposed to be 0. Okay, yeah, because upper left is 0. Because center was the one where it starts from the center of the image. Upper left is like from the upper left of the image. So if I talk to this dog, there you go. There you go. And I could change the scale if I want to like fit it to the whole screen or whatever. But this is great. Okay, now I could make an image that covers the entire screen and is like, look, there's the thing, right? There's the pic. That would be good. I have to double check what the resolution is. I have a template for making images for the game because it's a very weird resolution. It's like 416 high by like 560 wide or some weird like Japanese resolution that nobody uses. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's very strange. But nonetheless, yeah, this game has mouse controls. You like that? I don't. I removed them from the demo copies. Yeah. Anyway, so what I could do is I could go ahead and make an image and I could stretch it across there, but I want to make sure that I've got the whole thing kind of set up right. First, let me think here. Well, no, well, yeah, I think I could do that. I could do a pretty good job of that. I could make myself a little rectangle with the little GUI on there. I think I might do that later. I think I might do that off stream. I think for now, I might end my stream and have a little break, and then maybe later we'll play some Pokemon. I don't know if I'll do that today or another day, but we'll see what happens. I think that's the way to go. Let me save this. Let me save that. I've saved that already. And we will see you next time. I'll probably save this VOD on my YouTube channel. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, maybe I'll put this on the YouTube as well as on the Twitch. Yeah. Okay, bye.